climate summit that's going on in Copenhagen got back on track with some global warming star power today. Former Vice President Al Gore told the conference that based on new computer models, the Arctic Ocean could be left with no summertime ice within just 5 years. Earlier, though, the climate summit talk stalled when delegates from poorer countries walked out, charging rich nations are not doing enough to cut greenhouse gas emissions while the developing nations are paying the price. A case in point is South America's poorest country. Jeffrey Kaufman reports from Bolivia.
17,000 feet above sea level, you can see climate change up close. Until recently, Bolivia's Chacaltaya Glacier was the highest ski area in the world. Ronnie Abada began skiing here as a boy in 1962.
What's happened to the glacier that you've skied on for so many years?
Right now, there's nothing. It's finished.
Here is Chacaltaya in 1980. By 1994, just the peak is covered. By 2005, only 2 patches remain. The glacier, once hundreds of feet deep, disappeared just a few months ago.
The end of Chacaltaya is about much more than the end of an exotic ski area. This is, or was, the smallest in a series of glaciers that provide drinking water to millions of people in this part of the world. And those glaciers, too, are disappearing.
Average temperatures here have gone up almost 3 degrees since 1980. Scientists expect most of the glaciers will be gone in 20 years. And with them, irrigation water for farmlands and hydroelectric power. In Bolivia today, drinking water is such a precious commodity, it is often kept under lock and key. It is the same story in Africa, where the disappearing glaciers of Mount Kenya jeopardize drinking water for 7 million people. Retreating glaciers on Mount Everest and throughout the Himalayas threaten water supplies for hundreds of millions in China, India, and Nepal. One of the reasons why today in Copenhagen, developing nations walked out of the climate change conference. Bolivia's President Evo Morales told us, industrialized countries have a responsibility to give money to poor countries so they can respond to a crisis they did not create. Bolivia can survive without skiing. It cannot survive without water. Jeffrey Kaufman, ABC News, Chacaltaya, Bolivia.